We are back this week with Coach Fell. Coach, let's talk about that 42-27 win St. John's. That's a game that's supposed to be tough for you guys because you sort of rolled over them.
Yeah, that was, I really think that was the best game offensively and defensively we played in 3 years here. I was very impressed by our defense. We held a young man who threw the ball very well against us last year to 160 yards. He was like 12 out of 34. That defense was getting all over the place. Offense, we scored, 7 touchdowns. So, that was an excellent football game for us.
Talk a little more about your defense and how key is that going to be going forth now?
Well, we found a good combination. We've moved some guys around in different positions, and we started playing some of our offensive skill guys back there at a couple skill positions. DeMonte, Ruben, and Jaden are all kind of going both ways now. So when you got those guys, that caliber athletes, we really don't want them to go both ways, but it's that point of the year where they're in good enough shape, and we use them if we have to. And I thought Frank Crier is doing an excellent job with our defense, and we're getting better, which is what we got to do.
This Friday we travel down to Oregon Clay. This is a game that people are going to assume that we're going to win pretty big, right? What kind of weapons do they have that you have to be concerned about, though?
Well, number one, it's the first and only game we're going to play on grass, and that's the first time in 2 years we've played a game. Now, we practice on grass every night, but, we haven't played a game, so I'm sure the grass is going to be pretty high, and, they're going to use that to slow us down a little bit, and so that'll be a little different for us, and I kind of like it. It's a nice change of pace that way, but Oregon Clay is a football team that gets up and down the field. They move the ball pretty well. They just have trouble finishing that way. They're a young team, and, we're hoping to maybe get on them early and force them to have to come from behind.
How do you use this game this week to sort of prepare for next week? Do you get to rest some guys this week maybe, ready for that bigger game against Central?
Well, in practice this week we're playing some of the younger guys. We're getting them a little more rest. But we're going back to fundamentals and, just doing the basic things that way. And you can't take anybody for granted in our league. We have a very good league. And they said they put 25 points on Toledo Whitmer, and, they scored 21 points on Toledo St. John's. So they're a football team that can score some points. So you can't just overlook anybody, but we have gone back to fundamentals and just trying to keep everybody healthy because we're in pretty good shape right now.
Talked all year about the goals to win the track. What's the picture look like right now going into this game?
Well, if we can win this football game, we have an opportunity to win the track. We'd have to tie for the championship, but that doesn't matter. If we can be one of the teams that's only have one loss in the track, that's a win. That's a track championship, and that was our goal going in. And hopefully, if we take care of business Friday night, we'll have that opportunity next Friday.
What's the playoff picture looking like for you guys at this point?
I think that win we had last week, we'll be in the state playoffs. It depends on where we're going to be at. If we can win the next 2 games, we'll be able to host a game. If not, we'll be down in 6, 7, or 8 and have to play a real good team. So, it'll be interesting to see, but I think we're in the playoffs right now.
Is that something you start preparing for right now, or you still wait to get through the season, then you start looking at what?
Yeah, no, you don't mess with anything right now. It's great to have the opportunity to be in it, but you can't worry about it because there's so many different variables and that kind of thing that can happen and whatever. Like I said, we want to take care of business. We want to win the track. That's our number one goal, and that's what we're trying to do.
Let me ask you about our 7th and 8th grade teams. They're playing for another track championship this week. Have you got a chance to watch those guys, or what do you see when you see those guys and looking about the future of Spartan football?
Yeah, I've seen both teams play. Both teams are undefeated. Both 7th and 8th grade are undefeated. And they're playing Wednesday night. I think the 7th grade's playing Wednesday night, and the 8th grade's playing Thursday night at our home field for the championship. So these kids they're a good group of athletes. There's quite a few of them in the 8th grade. I think we have 28, 29 on that team, which is good, because our freshman only has about 17, 18 right now. So that's a good group. Hopefully to keep them together. Tony Crier's done a nice job, and Tippy's done a great job down there at the 7th grade. So, it's one of those things. There's good athletes. They're having fun, learning the fundamentals, and that's what it's all about down at that level.